Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Not Your Professional Walkthrough channel with me, your host Max. This time, Black Skylands. Yes, we're still trying to liberate the rest of the islands and then go face off the falcons. So my idea was to kind of go after the Sickle Archipelago and afterwards the Carpenter's Valley. And maybe on the next episode, which theoretically can be the final one, to go after the Whale Hunter's Valley. And during the early access version, somewhere around these parts, there was like this weird bug where you were approaching this location with your ship, and all of a sudden you were like taking off by your moth to middle of nowhere, falling to the bottomless pit that is the air everywhere. So I really hope that they managed to fix it. Other than that, not that many changes to the story and overall things. They did implement few changes and few different islands, like for example the rocky cliffs are partially covered by the swarm region, so that is entirely new and you can go check it out. The playlist is in the video's description for the episodes along with the link to the previous episode, so you can go check that out too. I need the views. But anyhow, the important thing here is going to be liberating the rest of these things, because if you manage to liberate all the islands, you get an achievement if you're into that sort of thing. And apparently, I think the Sickle Archipelago, I have to check this just to be on the safe side, but the Sickle Archipelago might have 2 gold chests on it. And the actual, what's it called? The Carpenter's Valley should have 3 treasure chests. Yeah, that should have 3 treasure chests, and then the Whale Hunter's Valley should have also 3 treasure chests. And then there are like 2 islands where you go, but none of these do have gold chests. The reason why I'm talking about the golden chest is that you can actually use these to trade them for some very special weapons. And of course, if you unlock all the treasure chests, you get another achievement if you're an achievement hunter. So yeah, it's actually possible, I believe, to get all the achievements for this game during single playthrough. And if you haven't played the game during early access, you can go check out my review and also the early access playthrough just to see the comparison. I don't know, I'm kind of really whoring myself out here, but I do need the views. So yeah, there's like a lot of stuff. I have been covering this game for a really long time for some reason, but anyhow, we are gonna take a look at what's still in here. I'm gonna take these, unlock the mod boxes. If you get all the modifications for your weapons, that's another achievement. Unfortunately, I don't think they are gonna be replicating themselves, but as I'm not sure how many there are for a single weapon, it's really hard for me to determine this. I initially thought that one of these guns might have like 9 modifications for, let's say, the sight, the barrel, the magazine, and the butt. And I'm not sure if that's the truth, because we have now even like the swarm guns, so the swarm rifle and the swarm shotgun, and I'm not really sure if these can specifically have the modification boxes found only in the swarm regions. When we were there during the previous episode, I was kind of like screwing around with this one seed of a map which kept replicating itself. There were like 2 layers from which the creepy curlies were spawning in, and there was usually one of the swarm chests. So the only attachments which I was getting were for the swarm rifle and the swarm shotgun, so I don't know if there's more swarm weapons, but maybe we will find out on this episode. So I'm gonna go refill the tank. I'm gonna go and buy few more things. Also, fun thing used to be during the early access that because I have now these swarm weapons, because on the previous episode when we were in the swarm region, I had to go and hunt down this massive creature, because the scales are gonna be used for the two ships, the Stone Eater and whatever the other one for chopping down trees with the big ass saw blade is called, are gonna be reinforced, because apparently they have some mortars which they would use on those ships, and they would get destroyed in the process. So I think I'm gonna go first to the Carpenter's Valley, just because it's that much closer. So let's just head out. And yeah, one thing which I don't know, and which was like the point that I'm trying to make, is that now I have these weapons which I was forced to use in order to take down that massive beast. But because of that, if we go to our skyship, we have this thing which launches like this volley of these tiny creepy crawly projectiles. And I don't know if this is actually utilizing our ammunition, or if we have infinite ammunition, because these are the swarm guns, and only if you equip the human-made guns, it would burn through the ammunition itself. This was actually something that during the early access was a thing. So like if you would only have the swarm guns, you were actually not depleting the man-made ammunition for the man-made guns. But I haven't really like tested this out, so we're gonna see. But anyhow, without me talking much more about just about anything or nothing, let's just try to make our way to our goal here. The good thing about this weapon is that it tends to pierce through all of this junk. And the weapons are even like effective versus the human-made targets. In the early access time, actually the fun thing was that if you would try to use the swarm weapons against the human-made ships, or just the falcons in general, you would not get such a great success out of it. So it was like a specifically dedicated weapon versus the swarm creatures, and then you had to use the man-made stuff versus the falcons themselves. But that does not seem to be the case this time, so let's see if I can find a way. I actually see that the swarms are here. The weird thing is I don't see a point of entry on this island. I usually need to find some sort of sweet spot, because these cliffs will just not let you get in otherwise. And I'm not really sure if I will actually be able to go across this. Yeah, it's not gonna let me get in, huh? Okay, that's interesting. So how in the hell am I then supposed to get here? Am I missing something besides the obvious obstacles in front of me? I know, I'm a terrible driver. Seriously, there's like absolutely nothing. I don't know if I need to go and deal with whatever is in here, or if I need to like first go and liberate the Sickle Archipelago. It's not even telling me to go there. I just want to like try to get as much out of this when I'm returning to the game. I've actually done this with few games that were like in early access, and then they have like been fully released, but I don't know, like it's either a huge hit or miss, and they're usually for like highly specific audience, not really like a huge appeal. I would think you're never gonna see people talk in masses instead of Call of Duty about Black Skylands, which is unfortunately sad but truth, but that's what it is. So yeah, I don't know, I just like all sorts of video games, and this was just like an interesting one back in the day. and I've been doing the channel for what, 4 years or so. And so I had come across a few interesting titles, and I definitely want to publish more content with reviews and such in order to improve my information delivery. So I'm definitely trying to make sure that next year I'll be pumping out more content of such nature. But how in the hell am I gonna do that? I have no clue. So I guess you're just gonna have to stick it out with me and see where we will take it. So the outer layer of the armor completely shredded, but I kind of missed out most of the soft underbelly of the ship. I'm taking unnecessary damage here. I should have at least checked at the start of this engagement what's the status of my munitions. I think it's actually using the ammo, even though it's man-made. I don't know. We can like try. Yeah, it's actually using the ammo. Simple test. That's all it took. Okay, due to the dispersion of these rounds, though, it can be a little tricky to get exactly a clear shot on these knuckleheads. Beautiful. I'm gonna use the lighthouse here to find out where the heck to go. And what does this island have to offer? So this specific location should have 2 treasures specifically, so we're gonna have to look for those. Able to sneak up on this knucklehead. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you manage to get behind them, you can execute the sneak critical melee attack with the skyhook, which you use to swing from island to island. But in this case, Eva is able to use it as a deadly assassin tool. So that's nice as well. And because we have access to the eagle nest, we might be able to get to some fancy schmancy location and pick up God knows what. Usually there's like a modification box minimum in these secluded locations. So look at that. 2 mod boxes. And I'm not really sure. Yeah, this should have been like an early stage or early point of interest due to the low requirement for both the ship strength and the weaponry strength. But it's okay. We will clear it out eventually. That's all that matters. But this is tricky because this is the Falcon tent. They like immediately drop from the most stupidest place ever. And I have this specialized bow only probably as a loadout because I have played the early access. So this is like the special loadout piece which I was granted, and after a few upgrades, it's still a really decent weapon, I gotta say. Seems like the tent is now empty. We're gonna interact with this giant flower to permanently increase our health. This is the first golden chest. Yeah, we need to liberate the island first before we can get the reward. Once you liberate an island and you are supposed to get a reward, you're gonna see something like this. This icon will show you that, hey, you should come back and pick up whatever you left behind. So you can roll in order to move your yourself forward to reach a little bit further, as you can upgrade even the hook in order for it to deal more damage, for it to, I don't know, be able to reach out a little further, things of such nature. So you're gonna be able to have more fun with the hook. It's actually multiple tents here. It's one camp. I really like the fact that the snipers are actually trying to shoot where the AI assumes you are gonna head in, and they just not blindly shoot where you are standing at that point. It makes it really interesting. All newspaper. The first frost war between Usnia and Nordwold has sparked by territorial disputes, and the second happened because of the cursed swarmlet. And they both began at Iron Ridge. If we hadn't ended the war by signing a peace treaty in the year 339 after the split, the war would have ended us. War. War never changes. And so does not the engine for Bethesda. Our research brought back some unusual creatures from distant lands. They can merge with each other into single organism. I think I will use the number of eyes in individual specimens as a law combination. The sum of the number of eyes that the first and second creature have is 1. The sum of the number of eyes that the second and third creature is 3. The sum of the number of eyes that the first and the third creature... 1, 3, 4? Is that the combination? 1. No. The sum of number of eyes that the first and the second creature have is 1. Okay. So first and second creature have 1 eye. And I have to like write this shit down somewhere or something, because I am too dumb to solve this. Okay, the sum of the number of eyes that the second and the third creature have is 3. So that means third creature has 2 eyes. And the sum of the number of eyes that the first and the third creature have is 4. So... what? That does not make sense. Number of eyes in individual specimens as a law combination. The sum of the number of eyes that the first and the second creature have is 1. So 1, 3, 4 is definitely not gonna work, huh? 4, 3, 1. Ah, man. Sum of the number of eyes that the first and second creature have is 1. So that can theoretically mean that one of the two creatures has 0 eyes? The sum of the number of eyes that the second and the third creature have is 3. So that would mean monster 2 has 1 eye, monster 3 has 2 eyes. And the sum of the number of eyes that the first and the third creature have is 4. I'm so freaking confused by this dumbass puzzle. And usually I'm able to solve them. It goes all the way to... I swear to God, I'm gonna try to do this like so I just don't care. One, 2, 3, My god, this sucks. Okay, I was able to find some community guide on Steam for the puzzle solution, so I just went with it. Screw this. Look, I'm not MacGyver. I'm not gonna be able to fix the nuclear reactor with Swiss Army knife. All I want to do is just pick up everything and have some fun with the game. That's about it. If they're gonna just make it really awkward as hell, then I will fight them on it with every tool at my disposal. And I think I somehow managed to leave this behind. Don't ask me how. It's better to go and pick it up than to miss out on it and then find out that when you want all the modification boxes for all the weapons you found, or you forgot one modification box somewhere on some island you went ages ago. With the change from early access to full release, the game has undergone a change, but this change was already present during early access, and that's that fast travel does no longer cost you currency. So you no longer have to actually pay in order to fast travel on the island itself or across the map itself. It actually used to be when the game launched that you had to pay for that. But when the game launched, that was years ago, and yeah, I was much younger, much cuter, or some other lie which I like to tell myself, and I see the second location is between the two enemies on the right side from the actual lighthouse. It's right over here, so I'm just gonna sneak up to this knucklehead. Still must be missing someone. Otherwise, the island would have been liberated by now. Okay, so we have a camp over here. I really like the fact that the arrow tends to pierce through the enemies. So if they're like all in one line, you will be able to take out multiple enemies simultaneously. And they're so weak, it's not even worth using my power-ups here. Why are you so deep in thought? I found out that it was the captain who paid for the funeral. I thought he never even remembered my name, let alone my very sick sister. Cain values loyalty and looks after his falcons, and well, my condolences. Especially if you managed to kill your sister, you knuckleheaded bandit. Come on, don't tease me. I'm just trying to make sure that there's no falcon up here. Beautiful, they blew themselves up. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Wink, wink. And I'm still missing those two knuckleheads, the mod box, and that red ore. Beautiful. The island is liberated. We can put in Aspia or Uzni in the flag. I'm not really sure which faction we are. Okay, and if I pick up the mod box, I can use Luma to transport me back to the ship. And from here, it's just a little bit more easier and convenient to go and pick up the reward from the mayor or whoever is in charge on this island specifically. Maybe it would have been actually shorter if I would have stayed where the hell I was, but yeah, what the hell, I already committed to this parkour, so let's go for it. Chances are I will get a mod box of basic quality, which is just gonna empty or open up into nothingness, so there's that. But it's okay. I now want to see what the hell do I need to do in order to get to this location specifically. Because there's like notification over here. Maybe through there I will somehow do something on this island. I have plenty of blue steel. I need the red steel for the weapon upgrades. The blue steel is obtained by you destroying the ships. So it's usually much easier for you to get the blue steel ingots. Red steel you get by slaughtering the falcons on the island itself. And if you were to shoot this ship from behind where the engine is already exposed, you can do like serious damage. Where are we headed? Okay, up there, so I can still maybe play around with these knuckleheads. Beautiful. Yeah, that's one of the power-ups. In this case, it was worth using it. Ah, you are one annoying little shit. I have plenty of spare parts, so I don't mind using them. They don't occupy a ridiculous amount of space in my inventory. And if he decides to fly right into the valley, so be it. Maybe because there's that notification on the other island, there will be something which will allow me to flip a switch and to open up the gate to whatever this island is, and by doing so, gaining the access. Oh my god, how did the swarm get here? Yeah, that's true. This is like the initial freaking island where you actually like train your first skill. It's like the tutorial area. You go pick up your brother, and there's like a fun little explanation that he needs to be carried around in a box, and then whenever you had to like carry an important person from point A to point B, you had to place them inside of a box, and they just kind of did not really touch on that too much. If there are wombers at the sawmill, just 3 of the beasts, but they bred an entire legion of monster. If it's not the falcons interrupting our work, then it's monsters, not a moment's peace to be had. However you decide to deal with them, please just stay out of trouble and watch your back, okay? Seems like they made a little makeshift barricade, and I think that's how they unlock the goddamn gate over there. But yeah, this is like where you learn how to roll and do all this funky stuff. I even somehow missed a piece of wood there. This is like a dead end, so I would need to use the ship. Crap, there was some blue steel, but I already have plenty of that, so I didn't need it. What I want to do is go pick up the actual piece of wood so that I have like all of this, and then we can try to clear out the other island. How a swarm got here, I have no clue though. I have not actually even tried to destroy one of these larger ships. With the use of the swarm weapons. Like, you have to first go through all of this armor in order to destroy the turrets. Wrong power up there. I wanted to use the damn deflection. Problem is, this thing has a little bit shorter range. And now the question is, when I'm here, if by destroying the turrets I can make the ship mine, but unfortunately this never really kind of plays out too much. Like, you don't really see some sort of difference, like the falcons don't try to take an island back from you or something. I was able to take this. And it seems like there is one of the enemy ships stuck to this massive thing, which immediately stops moving after you liberate it. I'll just try to take him out. But yeah, I was able to hit that soft spot at the back with the engine without the armor, and it just allowed me to chew through the ship's HP a little bit faster. But then again, I can use the power up and just shred through the ship as is. The reason why I'm trying to collect the coal is so that I have the resource that is required for you to smelt the red and blue ingots out of the raw ore. Unfortunately, the smelting process is not as efficient as you just going to an island and just killing everything and anything that moves. It's better than being poked in the eye with a sharp object, so I'll take it. So let's go pick up the wood. And we can try to go to that island. I can go fishing for the spare parts, but I think I have plenty of them, so screw it. The gate is now opened, and there's quite a lot of resources to be obtained. The question is if, yeah, I think this region is crawling with the swarmy, creepy crawlies. So having the weapons I have equipped will be beneficial. They're a lively bunch. But because we're not in the swarm region, the swarm critters are not as deadly as they would normally be, so I'm not that afraid. think they're being swarmed from... or I'm being swarmed from that other location. So over here, this is one of the nests, but that one has been destroyed. And thanks to the massive cargo upgrade on the ship, I am able to hold on to a whole lot more loot than normally, so don't really have to be worried about running out of space or something. Well, it can still happen. Okay, I won't be able to go through here. I'll need to get there by cheesing this. There seems to be like a strong wind current, so I'm not really sure how those are gonna work out. But we see that portion of the islands has been liberated. You can see that by a portion of it turning blue. Let's use the lighthouse just to tell me where the hell am I supposed to go. Okay, so I see that over there where we are currently, there's one of the treasure chests locations. Just have to... yeah, so... second one should be somewhere here, and third one somewhere around these parts. Don't you just figured out how the hell to get there, huh? Without crashing the damn thing. And the benefit is that if I get over here, because the currents kind of converge on this location, I'm able to park the ship in this one spot. I'm able to pop open the crates. And if I have the mod boxes, I'm just able to pop them in here. I like to open them on board of the fodder ship, just because you can do two at the same time, and usually otherwise you would have to do one at a time, which can be a little bit annoying. But I think now at this point all I'm missing are the purple quality modifications for my weapons. And a few more of these trinkets, which were newly introduced with the 1.0 release of the game. I currently don't know on which patch we're setting, so I don't know what's the current version. That's not that relevant. So I'll get some of that. Yeah, I won't be able to move from here, so I'll have to... let's refuel this beast. I thought I actually refilled the tank afterwards. It seems like I just bought the repair kits. That was it. Wasn't the smartest move, but I have done dumber things before. That's the name of the channel. Use the ship to get across here. This is closed, which sucks. Getting one feedback which I'm slightly looking for when it comes to meleeing the swarm creatures without the HP bar, the small ones with these blades, whatever those things are called, sickles, or It's a different name for when it's attached to a creature. I know, it's just the word is not coming to me. So I don't know how many slices of melee would it take to kill these shits. Which can lead to some unfortunate misuse of ammunition and just spraying and praying that I get the result I'm hoping for. I actually shocked at how many modifications I was able to pick up here without even having to come across the goddamn mod boxes, so that's interesting. This is now unlocked. That should give me access to whatever the hell is in here. So there's more swarm critters. The fun thing is that these projectiles are guided. You cannot really shoot them out, and on top of it, the enemy blows up into this gaseous cloud, which can deal additional damage to you, so you have to wait for it to clear out. I was really hoping that these things would deal a little bit more damage to the enemy, but not as much as I would like them to. There seems to be some sort of secret tunnel, but I cannot access it through here. Just looking for a way to get to that other mod box. That's about it. I'm gonna try to reload all the weapons. If you crack these crates and things of such nature, you will usually come across resources. It can be even ammunition, or it can be the blue and the red. Yeah, I did not know that that was there, so that was unfortunate. And just pop it in here, open it up, pick up the modification, and I'm quite sure there's gonna be some sort of weird boss battle here, huh? Okay, equipment. We're gonna go with the rocket launcher for this. And if I get too upset, I can just switch to the minigun. And I'm like barely scraping this damn thing. Do I need to only shoot it when it's like opened up? I think so. I accidentally pressed the B for the power up, which is this time dilation thing, which really helps out. Come on. Really freaking annoying. I was able to pick up more ammo for the rocket launcher. We're getting close to halfway point. Come on. Oh man, they're really swarming me now. This is definitely a new type of enemy. I don't recall this from the early access days. But overall, I have to say they implemented like few things which were a pleasant change to like the enemies and so on and such. On one island, there were like these three weird, almost like plant-based monsters. So when it's in this armored state, I cannot do much. But when it's shooting like that, I'm able to injure whatever the heck it is. Now to just deal with the knuckleheads. Oh, seriously, even a purple one. Wow. Okay. It's like... Why am I getting so many goddamn modifications for the weapons? Not that I'm complaining, it's gonna like save a lot of time for me. I'm super happy about it. One thing which I would love to come across is one of those like chests with the medication box on it. That helps you recover your HP, your medkits, and also the ammunition for like the consumables like the frag grenades and so on and such. And the blades I really honestly thought would deal more damage, but when I tried to use this as a hazard against the enemies, it just did not deal as much damage, which was most unfortunate. There goes that second chest. Those things which I was shooting, you have to be careful and you have to destroy them. Otherwise, they are gonna turn into a... either they are gonna detonate, or they are gonna turn into one of the swarmlings. And you don't want to deal with too many of those knuckleheads anyhow. So just take it out with whatever ammunition you have to spare. And here I was able to actually use the barrel to destroy one of them. I thought this one got blown up already. In this case, unfortunately, it hatched. But at least I saw what HP bar it has available. So I knew slightly more how many times I need to shoot the damn thing. You're just gonna like arrange yourself like that. It'll make it that much easier for me to shoot you. Beautiful. Shotgun sure makes quick work of them when they are all charging at you from one location. And that unlocks that gate. This will unlock the gate for the ship. I'm just trying to see how far can I get. Can get even here. Ah, crap, not one of these things again. This is so annoying. Can technically consider using the Jericho power-up. But I think this one is like so much weaker compared to the previous one. Come on. Hey! Come on. And another. Wow. This has to be then a new island. I don't recall this one or coming across modifications such as these so easily just by slaughtering the swarm, but just, by the way, outside of the swarm region. We need a circle. We need a square, so I'm guessing the middle one is gonna be now square because that's the damaged one. The problem is the outside ring. I have no clue which one of these shits is gonna be the one I'm looking for. And a triangle, which can be either one of these two. So the problem is I'll have to rotate the outer ring a few times in order to go through all three of the damaged ones to find out if the one at the center is not required to be swapped out, but it seems like I got lucky here this time. And I prefer to use the bow, honestly, because the sniper rifle just takes so much time to wind up in order to get the accurate shot. Otherwise, the dispersion is just crazy stupid. And in this game, especially versus the swarm, you don't really want to be too stationary. And this should be the third golden chest. Plus overall HP upgrade, which is always nice. Ah, fudge me. Again, this. This one is, again, a little bit sturdier. If you would kindly... Nah, it seems like this one is weaker too. Beautiful. There are no more enemies here. This island can now be considered defended. Okay. Oh, hold on. Don't kill me. What the shit? They're like literally attacking me. I'm just pulling out nonchalantly the tablet. My entire HP is gone. This was not funny. What the hell was this? You can't do that. She's a lady, come on. Shotgun barrel. I hear something shooting at something. It's like I'm being pointed in here, but there's nothing there, so... I don't know if I accidentally did not put in the... marker. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. So we've cleared out these islands. Most likely, eventually, in my free time, if I'll even have some, I'll maybe go across all the islands just to make sure that I picked up all the golden chests. I can go to the fathership, see what's inside of the mod boxes, and yeah, on the next one we're gonna go against Cain and the Falcons. Unfortunately, in the updated version, the 1.0, they don't really explain why Cain became such a dick. And that's a little bit of a shame, because it was kind of explained on the early access version, yet in the full version they kind of tried to explain a little bit more some of the other content, so I don't know. Okay, blah blah blah. I have the reward. What the hell is that? Oh crap, there's like a big reward for this, huh? This is definitely new. But yeah, most of the ship's cargo hold is full. I want to go see what the hell is this ship and where it got stuck. that was bad. I kind of got that load prematurely. Haha. I can theoretically like dodge the entire projectiles just by at the right time using the power up. Problem is the angling of the ship, but being this close allowed me to do a crap ton of damage. Problem is, I think I will be forced to go to the other side. Replicate the success of what I've just done. And when the beam is charged up, beautiful. And now probably to clear out the front of the ship. That one knucklehead fell off. I can take this stuff. Okay, let's use the power up here. Time dilation. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. This will help me refill. Ah, this is for fuel. Okay. I really thought that like taking over these big ass ships would help you out in order to make sure that the Falcons don't try to retake an island from you, because in early access that was actually a feature. So the Falcons would try to attack the ship. The problem was that it was kind of buggy, and unfortunately what might happen is that the Falcons would attack a ship or an island, sorry, and what would end up happening is that you were not able to stop them. Like, it was bugged out. The enemies just kept on respawning in, and it was just a total freaking nightmare. So maybe they decided to like completely remove that feature out of the full release game. I'm not really sure. Let me know if you played the game and if you had Falcons try to retake an island. And on the next one, we're gonna go after Cain and the Eagles to try and finish off the story. I have no clue where the hell to get that crossbow, which is in the achievements. And I don't know if I would need to finish off all these challenges right now in order to do it. But yeah, the rewards are all these weird components, but where in the hell do I use them for what? I don't know. So the raids were a fun addition to the game before it was like released almost full for the full version, but I don't know. So yeah, out of 8 ore we get like 1,200, 1,050, so it's not really that great of an addition. But yeah, I was able to pick up quite a lot of modifications for the pieces. But if there's gonna be like God knows how many, for each specific window, like if you have like 9 of them here, 9 of them there, that can get a little bit annoying. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are still missing, but I don't think there's an achievement for collecting these trinkets and baubles. It's just the modifications for the weapons is what you need to get your hands on, and once you manage to do that, you're golden. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. And on the next one, it's Cain and the Ables. So make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the comments or the future upload. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye for now.